Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me on my YouTube channel today for another Fun Flow. I have a YouTube playlist tab called Fun Flow, and it has a ton of different Fun Flow progressions and classes in there for you to enjoy. They vary from 30 to 45 minutes, so if you haven't yet checked out all these videos, feel free to do so. The first video we actually put on my YouTube channel was the first Fun Flow, so maybe check that one out next time you practice. We're going to start today's practice seated, so when you're ready, head there. Make sure you have your mat and possibly some water. Have a seat on your yoga mat for me, so sit down. If it is uncomfortable for you to sit, you're more than welcome to kind of like sit on top of a pillow or your block, whatever you need to do. Relax your shoulders. Good. Sit up nice and tall. Chest is lifting forward. And then please close your eyes just for a short period of time, not a long period of time. No emotions attached. And roll your shoulders back 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Good. Exhale, ear to shoulder on one side. Feel the nice pull through the sides of your neck. Exhale, chin to chest. And then ear to shoulder, other side. Hold it. Good. Come back to chin to chest. Keep your chin tucked here. Feel that nice pull in the back of your neck, please. And then inhale, pick up your head. Good. Open your eyes. Go ahead and take a seated side stretch up and over. So reach long, ground your tailbone. So in this lateral movement, you should feel the muscles in your ribs stretching. You should notice your ribs, your intercostals, all of that space being created for you. And then rise up. Come up and over to the other side, pretty please. Lengthen and stretch. This is an area where I'm super tight, and then all this stuff gets tight, and then it gets crunchy through my ribs, my pecs, and then from there it pulls on my back. So really trying to create space. Good. Come back to center, and then I want you to one more time go over to the first side we started on. But this time, instead of going up with the arm, I want you to go forward with your arm. And then see if you can let it land right next to your ear for 3 as you look up. 2. And then rise all the way up. Again, my arm is going to go forward and bicep by my ear. 3, 2, reaching, and 1. Go ahead and come all the way up. Nice work. Switch the cross of your feet. I'm just going to turn so I have a little bit more room. And then all I want you to do is walk your hands out in front of you. So you're going to take this nice seated forward bend. Your ankles are crossed, so your hamstrings don't have to be flexible for this pose. Instead, you'll feel the pull in your low back, outsides of your hips, glutes, and then maybe even through the upper back, depending on how far you can fold. Reaching those fingertips all the way out on your yoga mat, reaching, lengthening, pushing. 3, 2, and then let's go ahead and wake up our stomach. Rise up. That does not mean burpees, that means core work. So scoot your butt forward, lay down onto your back, hug both knees to your chest, and then rock a little bit, please, from side to side. So massaging lumbar spine. Exhale, put your hands behind your head. Your knees are bent at 90 degrees, okay? And then from here, you're going to crunch up to your thighs. And then exhale, lower. Do 4 more like that. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Now, crunch up. Exhale, twist to the right. Don't bend your knees, don't unbend your knees. Twist to the left. Come back to center. Reverse the crunch. Put your butt down. Put your head down. So it's up, twist, don't straighten your legs, just keep them bent, twist, reverse the crunch, put your head down. 2 more, okay? Up, twist, twist, reverse, head down. Last one, up, twist, twist, reverse, put your head down. Good. 4 crunches like the beginning. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, just twisting, no reverse. Pick up your head, keep your knees bent, don't extend. Twist, 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 have fun with it. 8, 7, 6, 5, finish. 4, 3, 2, 1. Head comes down, hands come down, and then give me 8 reverse crunches to close, okay? 8, 7, 6, come on, strong core. 5, have fun with it. 4, meaning smile. 2, one more rep. 1, whew, hug your knees to your chest. Pull your thighs in really tight, and we're just gonna take a stretch here. So take your left leg, reach it all the way forward and down as you pull your right knee deeply to your chest. And then if you want to, you can keep your knee tightly to your chest, or if your hamstring is craving some space right now, go ahead and straighten your right leg. And then gracefully pull the leg towards you. So you're gonna feel the pull in the back of that hamstring. 3. Hugging it in for 2. Exhale, hug your knee back to your chest. Switch your legs, left knee in, right leg long on the mat. Let it lay all the way down. Pull your left knee in really, really tight. Again, stay here, or when you're ready, free up that hamstring. Feel free to straighten the left leg and gently pull it towards you. So focus on your breath here. Exhale, left knee to chest and then right. Rock 3 times. 1, so try not to rock onto the back of your head. 2, one more time. 3, plant your feet and then fold forward. So your booty's in the air. I want your head to come down towards your yoga mat. And I want you to exhale, fold, and hang heavy. If you have room, grab your calf muscles. If you have extra room, put your hands underneath your heels from behind your legs. Stand on those hands and then use your muscles in the upper body to pull your chest over your thighs here, okay? So this obviously would be an advanced version, but if you don't want to do that, you can just instead hold calf muscles. 3, pulling your torso down for 2, and then releasing your hands out in front of you. Exhale, folding in, and then bending at your knees, bone by bone. Stand up. 4, 3, 2, and then rise all the way up, shoulders back, palms forward. Sweep your arms up on your inhale. Exhale, bow forward, put your hands on your yoga mat. Halfway lift the spine. Vinyasa for the first time. So step back with one foot and then the other. Lower your knees if you need to, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog cobra. Pause, good. Exhale, push into your feet. And then arrive in downward facing dog. Press back through the ribs as you lift up through your bottom. And then just breathe into the muscles in your back. Keep lifting through your hips. Now, if your ankles are tight or maybe your feet are tight, I want you to step your feet up a little bit. Shorten your stance and bend your knees. If you're not tight, if your hamstrings are the main focus, then step back so that your heels are slightly lifted. So do what's best for you here, okay? Take one more breath. And then look to those hands. You can bend your knees and jump, or just take a few steps, find the top of your mat, and then I want you to fold forward. Halfway lift the spine, so create a flat back by sticking out your bum, chest is forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise to stand, reach up high. Exhale, rest your hands down by your sides. Again, I want you to take your shoulders and roll them backwards. Big roll. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, let your spine lengthen out. Step back with the opposite foot first as we go to plank. Drop your knees if you need to. Chaturanga Dandasana, lower. That's called a tricep push-up in terms of like exercise movement. And then lift up and over, downward facing dog. Take your right leg up on your next breath, reach it to the sky and pause. So feel your top leg lift, press down through bottom leg. Notice this is a split. And then gently step the right foot all the way through. Good. Lower your left knee down to your yoga mat. Top of your left foot down. Press your hips forward slowly. Inhale, bring the arms forward. Relax the shoulders. And then all the way up when you're ready. And if this is way too much, you can also keep your hands on the ground. Take a big back bend as you look up to the sky. Lengthen through the left hip flexor. And then exhale, take your time, bring your hands back down to your mat. Now we're gonna straighten and then bend this front knee. So pull back, lift the toes, and then bend forward. Repeat, pull back, lift the toes, bend forward. One more round, pull back, toes are up, and then sink forward into your knee. Curl the back toes, raise your knee up. Keep your left hand right under the shoulder, and then please take your right arm straight up to the sky. Look up if you want to your right thumb. Push through your back heel. Twist. 3. Keep breathing into the right side body. 2. And then on your exhale, bring your right hand down to your mat. Step back to down dog. 1, 2, 3. Giant step. Good. Now come to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog cobra. Remember, the difference in the two is that in up dog, your thighs are lifted, and then push up and back, downward facing dog. Split your legs, left leg reaches, hold here. So again, just pause and try to think about lifting this left leg higher than you may want to initially. And then exhale, go ahead and step forward. Put your right knee down onto your mat and then let your hips gently sink forward. Feel the pull to the back right quad to be exact. Left hamstring and groin are also going to feel the work. Stay or take the arms forward. Now squeeze the scapula together. So see how my arms kind of hugged my shoulder blades there, and then take the arms all the way up. See if you can look up to your top thumbs if it's available. 3. Keep reaching your chest forward. 2. And then gracefully release your hands down to the mat. Exhale, curl the back toes and lift your knee up for me. Squeeze your glutes and then peel your left arm to the sky. So taking your twisted low lunge here, reach, lengthen, and breathe. Create a little bit more room if you can through this left arm. Take a big breath in. And then you're going to bring your left hand down and your right knee. Pull your left hip back. Push it forward. Twice more. Pull it back. Push it forward. Last round. Pull your hips back. Push your hips forward. Now pick up your right knee. This time, step up to the top of your mat. So your feet are together here. Place your hands on your shins for your half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Take your left leg up into the air behind you. Pause once it aligns with your hips. So try not to lift it past your butt, but instead straight out. Take another inhale there, and then see if you can bend your right knee some and allow the hands to float right up to your heart. You're here for 4. You're in warrior 3. Maybe your hands stayed on the yoga mat, and that's okay too. 2. And then very gently stand up. Bring the left knee all the way up. Take the arms up. And then move your left foot into tree, okay? So I'll pivot towards you. You're more than welcome to place the foot calf muscle, or try to find your inner thigh and dig the heel of the foot into the inner thigh. Maybe the hands rest, maybe they come to the heart. All right, I'm just gonna pivot forward. Rakshasana is what this pose is called, and you're more than welcome to keep the arms up, or if you feel like this is really easy for you, try to close your eyes and then see if you can hold your balance. Take one more breath. Inhale, release as your feet come together and your arms rise. And then exhale, please fold forward. Take a flat back to lengthen. We're gonna step to plank. We'll do the other side in a moment. Shift to the right hand, stack the feet. Take your left arm up to the sky. Side plank as you raise your hips for 3. Engage your obliques, so the diagonal core muscles, 2. Left hand to the mat, your choice, vinyasa or skip it, meaning just lift your butt into your down dog. Pause here in down dog at the back of the mat. Stretch it out and breathe into the body. And then with knees bent, look forward, choose to step, or if you're gonna float, you wanna keep your hips up, you wanna look forward, and then pop up and then down. Halfway lift, everybody. Fold forward gently. Good. Now, your hands are on your mat. You're gonna take your right foot up from behind, line it up with your bottom. Hold. So think of your legs like an L shape, okay? So your L isn't here, that would be like a V. Lift it up to create an L. Bend the left knee some, and then bring the hands to the heart. See if you can find that place where your heart and your thumbs, they float together. You reach the crown of your head forward and then pull your shoulder blades back. Nice. 3, stay with it. 2, and then bring your right knee all the way up past center, pause. Tree pose. So again, find below the knee or above the knee. We just don't want to put pressure right on the knee. And it's normal to have to grab the foot and literally put it into place. I can't just float my foot there either. And then once you do have your balance, choose to let your arms rest by your sides or maybe take them up. Or again, just like before, think about shutting your eyes if this pose is really easy for you. 3, stay strong. 2, inhale, feet together, arms up, lengthen. Exhale, please fold forward. Halfway lift the spine. Step to plank for me and hold there. And then you guys are gonna shift weight to your left, please. Stack your feet and raise your right arm up. Do the best you can to lift your right hip a little bit higher to the sky. And then on your next exhale, come to plank. You can take that vinyasa or downward facing dog without it. Nice. Lifting at your hips. Open mouth. Exhale. Let's go ahead and lift the right leg way up. Step forward. Come into high lunge this time. So as the right knee bends forward, both arms reach. Open up to warrior 2. So I want you to heel toe your back foot a little further back. Bend your right knee forward. So find the muscles in your legs and look out over the right hand. 3, 2, reverse your warrior, reach up and back. And then exhale, side angle. So stop forearm to thigh or go further. And then I encourage you to not to fall into the pose, but instead lean back some. Keep your arms stacked one over the other. Maybe look up to your left thumb if your neck is feeling good. Take one more breath. And then very carefully rise up. Warrior 2. Straighten the right leg. Turn your toes in. Now I want you to interlace your fingers behind your low back. So you're gonna slide your knuckles down your bottom and create a back bend. And then from here, soften the knees, hinge forward. Let your head fall and let your arms reach. Good, look left and pull your fist. Look right and pull your fist. Finding that room in your shoulders for 3. It's okay if your hands release. You're more than welcome to put them on the mat. 2. And now everybody put your hands on your low back and then on your yoga mat. Take a nice flat back to lengthen out for me. Exhale, fold in a little further. See if you can tuck your chin and dive through those legs a little deeper. 3, 2, and then you're gonna crawl forward to the right foot. Step back to plank and invite in your vinyasa. Lower, lift, and then downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale when ready, step through. High lunge, so again, ball of the back foot. Back knee is lifted as long as you're comfortable. Core is tight. Take a big inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open up, warrior two. So again, please focus on widening your stance with long arms. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Stay low in the left knee, find room in the left side body. And then exhale, creating your side angle shape. Move into the pose that suits you best here. So creating room to open up, creating room to breathe. 3. Maybe look up, try to lean back, not forward. 2. And then gently come back up to warrior 2. Now we've already taken our wide-legged stretch, so instead, cartwheel your hands down, frame your foot, and this time we're gonna go to the top of our mat. 1, 2, 3. Halfway lift your spine, lengthen. Let your hands come down to the mat, and you're gonna take your feet, make sure they're about 6 inches apart or wider. And then I want you guys to walk your hands to the right for a little twist. You might be able to get your fingers at 3 or 4 o'clock. And then you're gonna gently pivot through center. Exhale, left side. Same thing, find that small rotation. Good, come back to center on your exhale, fold forward, butt up, head down, take that nice deep stretch. And then I want you to bone by bone by bone again, come on up. Take your time, take your time. Shoulders up, down, and around. Nice. All right, pull your left knee to your chest with your hands at your heart. We're gonna go back to warrior 3, but this time I think it's gonna be much easier to enter the pose because you're standing. So exhale, pushing back through your left foot. Creating balance here, reaching the crown of your head forward, reaching this left leg back. Now, start to move your left hand to your left hip. Reach your right hand down to the yoga mat and then over to the right. Let this left hip externally rotate into half moon. So you'll notice, where is your belly button? And it should be facing the left side of your practice space, exactly where your left thigh has rotated open to. Hold for 3. Feel free to lift your left arm. Make sure the right knee is slightly bent. 2. And then just look down at your mat. Put your left hand there. Pull your left knee down and then lower your feet together. Good. Take a flat back to lengthen. Vinyasa to the back of your mat. We'll do the other side in a moment. So chaturanga, up dog, and then downward facing dog. Now remember, your chaturanga can be a knee down variation. It can be chest to ground. It can be halfway to that push-up and then you transition. You gotta do what's best for you and your strength. Look forward, bend your knees. Step or jump, take your time. Flat back to lengthen. And then fold forward. This time, reach the arms forward. Think of a flat back to stand up. And then pull the hands to the heart so we can do the second side. Now you're gonna stand on your left foot. Bring your right knee to your chest for me, please. Pause here. Shift your chest forward, shift your right foot back, and put yourself right back in warrior 3 where you were before, engaging the core, trying not to fall over. Strong legs, creating your L shape as you push back and you push down through your left foot. Now move your right hand to your hip. Left hand reaches forward and over to the left. Please start to externally rotate your right hip. Turning your right toes out to the right, as well as your right ribs and belly button. Feel free to lift your right arm if it's comfortable, but don't force it. Bend your left knee a tad. Feel the work. 3. Stay in the pose. 2. Stay in your pose. And then 3, look at the ground. Right hand down. Right foot down. Nice work. And that's definitely a pose where you fall out of it a few times, you come back in it, so nice work there. Take a flat back to lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa to down dog, so step back when ready. Lower, lift, and then downward facing dog. Let's press the right foot up to the sky. Inhale. Step to the outside of your right hand. Exhale. Put your left knee down on the mat for lizard pose. Your hips are moving forward. Your right foot is flat. Your right knee is moving forward. Let your left hip sink forward. Start to feel the pull in this hip flexor here. And then if you're comfortable, maybe see if you can walk your hands out a little bit more. And then once they come almost off your mat, see if you can just plant your forearms straight down. Now, obviously, depending on your flexibility, that can be super challenging, or it might be more available to you. But do the best you can to breathe into your hips for 3, 2, and then if you're with me, put your hands where your elbows are, and I invite you to straighten your arms. Good. Come into your fingertips now. See if you can get a little taller. Lengthen out through the spine. Nice job. And then you're going to heel toe this right foot to the center of the mat. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Bend your right knee forward. Put your right hand on your hip. Bring your left arm forward and up. Now cross your left tricep over the right thigh. Bring your palms together, and then I invite you to look right, twist right, and work on your rotation here in the ribs, in the torso, lifting through the stomach, moving a little bit further to your right. If you're feeling really strong, you're more than welcome to lift your back knee, otherwise holding. Breathe with me. 3, 2, and then inhale, transition, arms up to the sky. That's a hard twist. Exhale, put your hands down. Curl your back toes and lift your knee. Step up and over to the left. It's called pyramid. Pull your hips back and fold forward. So again, I'm not on a tightrope. There's no line drawn from my front heel to my back foot. And if there was, it's a diagonal line. So just make sure when you fold over your right leg that your legs are not in a straight line. But I want your booty pushing straight back as your chest folds directly forward. On your next breath, take your time, lengthen the torso. Now come back to half moon. Right hand reaches to the corner edge of your mat, and then I invite you to roll your left hip open. Good. Keep your right hand on a block if you need it. And then just as you work from here, continue to roll the stomach and the ribs. Option to stay here or to go further. Bend your left heel to your butt. Reach your right arm for your foot. And then you're going to try to bind so that you feel the quad stretch while you're here. 3, 2, one more breath. If you have your foot with me, let it go slowly. Left hand to mat, left foot meets right foot, oh yes. And then fold forward. Let's take a standing back bend together, please. Stand all the way up and lean back. And then I want you to fold all the way forward, exhale down. Halfway lift your spine. Vinyasa to the back of your mat. Feel free to skip it if you're feeling a little tired or challenged. And then exhale, meet me in downward facing dog, please. Open your mouth if you'd like, and outward exhale. Left leg lifts, inhale, breathe in. Exhale, step to the outside of your left hand, and then let your right knee lower to your yoga mat. Now, try to keep your hips moving forward the whole time, meaning don't allow the energy to fall out to the side. Stay right here. This is a great spot. Otherwise, see if you can walk your hands off your mat or further towards the top. And then you're going to gracefully plant those forearms straight down. As you do that, feel yourself get a little bit deeper in those hips. And if it's way too much, don't fight for it. Just do what's best for you. Holding 3. Continue to breathe into your body for 2. And then I want you to straighten out those arms. Come into your fingertips so your spine can get as long as it possibly can as your hips move forward. And then exhale, pull your hips back some, heel toe your left foot to the center of the mat. Bend your left knee forward now. Left hand to your hip, bring your right arm up to the sky, reach up, lengthen. Exhale, twist to your left. Hands to heart center, and then roll the body. So I really have to work in order to pick up my stomach and move through this twist. So it's normal for it to be pretty hard and to not feel like you're exactly where you want to be. Feel free to raise the back knee if you'd like to. 3, 2, and 1. Let's transition up with both arms. And then exhale down to the mat. Curl your back toes, raise your knee. 1, 2, 3. Step up and over to the right. Pyramid, pulling back through the left hip, bringing the right hip bone forward even though the leg is behind you, and then gracefully folding in. So hopefully you're targeting this left hamstring on this side just like we did the right on the other. And you're allowing yourself to really breathe into all these sensations that you're feeling in the back of your leg. Take your time and lengthen out. Now we're going to move back to half moon. So I'm just going to slide my foot back so I can have some more room. But my left hand's going to come down, pick up the right foot, pivot the right foot to the right. So again, practicing that external rotation, or reaching, bending, grabbing on, and then creating a bind. If you have the bind, by the way, the foot does not face the sky. The foot needs to roll behind your bottom so that your thigh is still in the same exact place it was before you grabbed your foot. Now, if you have your foot, exhale, slowly let it go. Everyone hold half moon. I know this is a long time. Please put your right hand down and then your right foot. Good. And sometimes doing it 2 times through, it really does click. Put your hands on your hips, slowly stand up. Good. Now take your arms up. Lean back. Bring your hands down to fold forward. You'll take a flat back to lengthen. Here's another opportunity for a vinyasa, so step back or skip it. You can also jump through chaturanga. And then downward facing dog. Press your right foot up. Gently bring it through for pigeon. So remember, if this variation of bringing your knee and shin forward doesn't feel good on your knee or your hips, lay on your back and cross this right leg over your left thigh. It's called figure 4 on your back. Otherwise, make sure your hips are centered. You're not leaning to the right even though you want to. And then maybe you come back down to your mat. If you do a lot of sitting, cycling, or running, pigeon pose can feel really nice. Maybe you can get to the place where your head can rest, even if it means slightly rounding the spine. And remember, if you're having trouble with your hands, you can always have that nice firm couch cushion to rest your forearms on, or some form of a block to keep you in place. If this is too much, you can always also have your arms straight. On your next breath, you're going to press up if you're with me. And then I invite you to step back into down dog or take a vinyasa. And if you're on your back, you can just switch sides there if you know you want to stay there for your next pose. So I'm just going to exhale to down dog and stretch out. But again, feel free, flow through. Pivot onto the other side on your back. And then please, if you're with me in dog, left leg up. And then gently bring it forward. Good. Keep yourself propped up nice and tall. Stretch. And then exhale when you're ready. Move forward. Good. Feel the pull on the outside of your left bum. Staying on the forearms or going a little bit deeper. You can always go elbows wide. Chin to hands again if you have the room. It's normal to not have the room, but just offering you all those options if you do have it. Big exhale out. And then if you're with me, we're going to straighten our arms. I could probably stay here for like 5 minutes today. That would probably feel good. And then last time to down dog, or if you're on your back, just hug your knees in. Maybe a final vinyasa if you want it. And then take your time, drop your knees to the mat. And if you're seated, rock up to seated and then meet me on your knees, okay? So your spine is long. Today's back bend will be a camel pose. It's called Ustrasana. So you're going to bring your legs so they almost touch and make your hips really strong like there's a fake wall in front of you. From there, place your hands on your low back so your fingers face down to your butt, or flip your hands so they face up to your head. From there, inhale, lengthen and stretch. And then just try to push your hips forward without moving backwards because we don't want to lose the alignment. 3, 2, slowly stack the spine. And then all you're going to do is sit on your butt, sit on your heels with your butt. Exhale it out. And then you can stay here. Some people hate that pose and that's normal. All right, or join me for a second round, maybe a little deeper, so you'll come up gently. I like to tuck my toes. Your hands will come to your low back, your hips will move forward. And then you're more than welcome to reach for one leg and then the other, but see how my hips lost balance? You want to bring them back once you're there. Holding 3. Opening up the front of your body, 2. And then lifting your head, take your time. Putting your hands on your low back, take your time. Bringing your head up, 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 up. Pulling the belly in. And then sit on your heels one more time. Open mouth. And now we can counter the pose with child's pose. Arms out in front of you. Exhale, forehead to earth. Let's rise to hands and knees. Take one cow, so lift the gaze, stick out your bum. Exhale a cat, tuck your chin. Sit on your mat. Good. Reach your butt forward to your heels by scooching it up. And now lay down on your back. Hug your knees into your chest and rock from side to side. And just close your eyes, as there's no need to look around, but instead just open your ears and listen. Exhale, pause with your knees to your chest. I invite you to reach for the pinky toe edges of your feet. Pull your knees into your armpits as you stretch out your groin and allow yourself to move from left to right here. Good. Pull those knees down a little deeper, maybe fully past your armpits. Take one more breath. And then exhale, slowly pull your knees back to your chest so everything's in neutral. Press your feet up to the sky. And then I invite you to take one more stretch. Place your hands on the insides of those legs. Let your legs fall apart as you take that supine straddle pose for 3, 2, hands outside of the legs as they come all the way back up and together. Good, feet to the mat, one foot out, and then the other, Shavasana. We'll take a minute here together in corpse pose, resting in this nice quiet place for our bodies and our mind. Hopefully feeling this sense of release through the legs, arms, torso, and again, full body, as that was the kind of focus of our practice. And the opportunity just to kind of be here in our yoga practice without any distraction. Inhaling as you breathe in through the nose. Exhale out of the nose. Inhale in. Exhale out. One more time, please. Inhale. And exhale. Let's take the arms and reach them all the way over the head. Waking up from a really strong, beautiful practice. Taking this time together. Let's hug our knees to our chest, please. Give yourself a giant hug. And then exhale, make your way to seated in whichever way is most comfortable for you. As we sit up together, I invite you into that Sukhasana easy pose seat. Head high, tailbone down, eyes closed. Bring the hands to the heart. Maybe even let a smile come over your face for the opportunity to practice, a way to relax the jaw, and just this idea to promote joy and happiness in your life. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me to flow together. Let's bow forward. Namaste. Have a lovely rest of your day. Nice work.